Hi, welcome to my journey. My name is Cherie. Well, I finally got accepted to Sparks, and I was looking and seeing what kind of orders they had available, and it might be okay. I mean, like, I think I might be able to do that. Um, where you can get at least, 30 to $70, you know, knowing that you're going to get that amount when you come out, right? That's the good thing. The sad part about it is yes, you know, you are doing, you could be doing some heavy lifting, and you could be walking upstairs when it's apartments. So I did look and see, what they were offering. Just taking a look, taking a look, taking a look. Because, your girl's gonna have to do something, We're down to the last pentacales, and that is not good. Oh, okay. I guess one of my neighbors moved out. That's interesting. But what I want to do is I want to go get me some water flavoring because I'm running out. And at least I'm glad that, the Spark thing opened up, even though it's down a ways. But that area is developing, and it's not as, congested like it is where I live. So I think it might work out. So we'll see. I'm signed up until about 7:30. I don't like being out there in the middle of rush hour, which that's what it is right now. It's 97 degrees. It's 5:30. And I've been doing my best to stay out of the sun between the hours of 10 and 4 p.m. Okay, so hold on. So the one thing that I didn't like, when it came to like Ubering and or DoorDash is that you had to do all of this hustling around, just trying to make your minimum goal. So, and usually I ended up opting for shop and deliver more so than, grabbing somebody's food and trying to get it to them with no complications. Because I'm telling you, GPS was sending me to back doors, back gates. One time it sent me down an alleyway. It was crazy, and I'm like, I can't believe it. I cannot believe it. So, and, for whatever reason, I guess I preferred Uber as opposed to DoorDash, but as it stands right now, it doesn't look like, they're hiring, right? So I've been chilling at the house, Of course, when I'm chilling at the house, there are certain things that spark my interest. right? One of the things was the Terrafab that's being built here in Texas. And, you know, I know they want to say that Elon Musk has all of this money, right? But how he's gotten access to all of that money, and, you know, let's be honest, these are like grants, these are investments, these are not like his money that's building this. Because if he had to spend all of his money to do this and do that, right? SpaceX, all of those, you know, exploding rockets in the sky, you know, yeah, he'd be broke. But it ain't his money, it's the government's money, hence taxpayers' money. But for whatever reason, you know, the super tribe is definitely investing in him rather than investing in families. They still feel like, you know, space is the outlet that they need, you know, to get away from Earth, or to, you know, to find resources for wealth upon Earth, you name it. Okay, so also I'm like, all right, you know, a few months ago, I did hear about, you know, the outbreak of Ebola, and how Trump had encouraged you know, that area, you know, to build a quarantine for these people, you know, and making sure that they don't spread the contamination. And they did not heed the warning. So instead, you know, it looks like they have about 4,000 people contaminated right now with Ebola. Okay? And I was looking at that. And here's one of the things that, you know, kind of surprised me was, I know that there were some people like Jasmine, Giselle or something like that. She's from Texas. She's been over there in Africa, and I think specifically Nigeria, which is one of the areas that is affected. She's traveling right now, but Ebola is not airborne. You do have to have, you know, contact with the person, you know, to catch, you know, Ebola. So, and she was just over there in Thailand, and I've been watching her, you know, and I'm wondering if, you know, if they had made some kind of, I've been watching her to see if she will say, but she could be saying this, you know, on her Patreon. She doesn't have to say it, you know, like a broadcast on YouTube. But she does have, you know, Patreon. I believe she has her own website. Yeah. So I'm gonna go in here to Winco to make sure that I have toilet paper and water flavoring. So another thing that I talked about, well, that I was researching, was how many times, you know, America you know, has had war with Iran. Come to find out, they're like, well, it's only been one time, but we've been in a disagreement with Iran for 50 years. Like, what? Yeah. So, and here's another thing, right? I could have sworn I heard Israel say that they could handle Iran, right? Well, if they could handle Iran, why did we get involved? Now, we a third party to a war officially declared with Iran. But